Good day, YouTubers. Let's talk about seat cushions. This is from onlygel.com, their website, www.onlygel.com. No, I do not work for them. No, I am not getting compensated from them in any way, shape, or form. I have used one of their cushions that I purchased off of Amazon many years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago. I bought one of these gel cushions. I didn't even realize they were still actually in business because I had to look at the label on the back of the actual product to get their website. I wanted a seat cushion for my F-150 truck, which is a 2001. So it's pretty old. And there's only so much you can do in trucks for comfort as far as the suspension goes and the seats and the standard seats as they come from Ford. So I was looking for something that made it a little bit more comfortable, especially for longer trips, which I recently took one that was 10 hours each way. So having this type of seat cushion definitely increases not only your height in the seat by about an inch, but it also increases the comfort over the many different road variations that you're going to go over, especially on long trips. And it makes it much more bearable. So I did get one of these, and I'm going to show you these. Yeah. So I got the large one of these, and the price from Amazon was right around $80, I think. I got the car and truck one. I think I paid right around $80, so it's a little bit more. They've got it on sale right now. In fact, they've got them all on sale here. I would recommend it. I give it a thumbs up as far as its actual comfort in the F-150 pickup truck. It definitely makes driving long distance much more comfortable. I also have a lumbar pad from Thermarest that I use for the lower back in my truck. But here's the information on it. You can check the website. It's a fairly sizable pad. It covers most of the F-150 seat. And they've got I've got the standard cover, but they also have an Air Max cover, which I guess is firmer, has more firmness to it. The description, they've got some proprietary gel foam, better comfort than gel or foam alone, as they say. 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's probably about right. And it's got a removable cover that you can remove and hand wash, which I took my cover off the other day and hand washed it in the bathtub with just some laundry detergent. And I had to rinse it off quite a few times in order to get the rinse water to run clear. It was very dirty because I used the truck for work, and so over the years it had gotten quite a bit of dirt on that cushion cover, I should say. But the dimensions on this one, I think they're pretty accurate. I can get measurements on mine. I'll show you my actual cover. They're saying 18 inches long, 20 in the front, 14 in the rear. They've got it narrows slightly in the back, and this is where the zipper is on the cushion. And you basically fold that gel cushion over in half. When you unzip it, you fold it like in half and then pull it out through that narrow opening in back. And then you can wash the cover. Let's take a look at my actual cushion. Like I said, I've owned it for about 6 or 7 years, and I use it in the north where we get temperatures well below freezing and it stays in my truck year round. And one of the benefits is that it protects the seat from damage. So if you're in and out of the truck a lot, it will help protect. I have fabric seats in the truck, and it has protected that whole area from damage. Most of the trucks from 2000, 2001, they all have ripped seats, especially in this area. They're all ripped up and kind of falling apart, exposing the underlying foam. But I've used the cushion on here for such a long time, it's protected the whole seat, so it looks like a factory seat. It's not damaged at all. Let's take a look at the actual cover. Okay, here is the actual cover on the cushion. And it is, let me get dimension on here. They should be pretty close. Again, this one's about 6 or 7 years old, maybe even older than that. So I've got about, it looks like about 11 maybe. A little over 11 on the back zipper portion. And then at the widest portion, it's about 19. Overall length, again, about 19 there. The top of it has worn really well. It's very durable. They use some sort of, it's almost like a wetsuit type of material, I think. But it's very durable. It's got like this ventilated pattern in it. Took the gel cushion out and I hand washed it in the tub. You can use Dawn dishwashing detergent or laundry detergent and just hand wash it. I had to rinse it quite a few times. Like I said, this is a work vehicle, and so it collects a lot of dirt. But it's all washed now. I just hung it in the shower to dry. I used a couple of clothespins and hung it up in the shower. The back of it, you can see the label here for right there. The back of it, I don't know what material this is. It's got like a textured, almost not quite rubberized, but it's got a texture on it that it doesn't slide around on my seat. It's got enough of a grip that it won't move around once you put it in place. And this is the zipper opening here. That's the back material, and then the front material. It's got some sort of liner on it, I think, on the back. And it's just a standard zip closure, goes across here. The one complaint that I have, even though I recommend the seat completely because I've used it winter and summer for long trips, and it does work as far as making all the harsh bumps on the road much more bearable over the stock F-150 seats. The one complaint I have is that this cover material, I don't know what it is, but it has a tendency to crack. And I leave my seat cushion in the vehicle year-round, winter, summer, spring, fall. And you can kind of see, like back here, it's got like a stiffness to it. And I'm not sure whether that's from repeated exposure to cold or what, but it gets brittle on the edge here and it starts to crack. And so that's why you see this goop repair, which I did this side today, and I had done the other side. This is some older repair here I did with amazing goop, and it is amazing. But yeah, it starts to crack along that edge. So this is an old repair from years ago, and then this is a newer repair I did just today right here because it started to crack right there. it folds, and then whatever the issue is on the edges of the material, it just gets brittle and it cracks. I don't know whether they have that problem currently with their latest round of materials that they're using. Again, this one's 6-7 years old, so they may have changed some of the materials that they've used. But that's my major complaint on this, is the cover. It just cracks on the edge here. However, it has functioned perfectly as far as comfort, and the top works really well. The zipper, you're not using that on a daily basis. It's hand washable. You just let it air dry. So what does the gel cushion look like? Well, let's take a look at that. This is the cushion right here. And you're like, wow, and it came in this plastic bag, if you will. But that's the size of it on a standard office chair. Takes up almost the whole chair. And it fits fine on the F-150 truck seat from 2001. That's the back of it. I guess that's the foam portion. And it's got this like coloration on the bag, but you can literally take it out of the bag here. And it's got a really weird kind of sensation, and it's almost greasy when I touch it now. It's got kind of, I don't know whether that's residual adhesive that they use during the bonding process, but it's got this is a patented material from them, and it's soft and it's cushy, and you can use it either way you want on it. You can use it foam side up, or you can use it the gel side up. The gel is the black here on this side, but it's squishy. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like dough. When you make bread dough, it's got kind of that squishiness. And then it's bonded to the foam here on the back. I normally use it with the gel side up, but you can do it either way. I think the bag got discolored just from it must have been from their adhesive process. It just discolored the bag that they put it in, because that's all got discoloration on it. You can see. And when I, am touching it, my hand's got a little bit of whatever that is. It's kind of a greasy feel on there. So that's probably another reason they put it in the bag itself for long-term use. I don't hardly ever take this out, so it's remained in the bag since I purchased it for the most part. Again, it's only about 1 inch thick, maybe a little bit more. So if you're really tall and your head is pretty close to the roof of the vehicle, this is going to increase your height in the seat, unless your seats are adjustable vertically and you can lower the seat down a little bit. The seats in the truck are not, but I'm not that tall, so this actually benefits me because it raises me up a little bit more in the truck, so because I'm not super tall. But when you put this in the vehicle or in your seat cover, you just fold it. It's got a wider portion on the front and a narrower portion on the back. So the narrow portion goes towards the zipper. But you just fold it over like this and slide it into the cover and just get it, in there so that it fits properly, and then zip it closed. and whichever side you prefer to have facing up. This is the gel side, and this is the side that I typically have facing up. I will say in the wintertime, it is cold. It doesn't take body heat readily. It stays pretty cold. So when you get out there in the morning when it's, below freezing, this is going to be cold unless you're wearing like thermal underwear. You're going to feel it when you sit on it. I have not actually tried it in the winter with just the foam side up. That may actually be better. I'm not sure. But the gel side is definitely cold on your behind in the winter. So just so you know on that. But yeah, I give it a thumbs up. It definitely works. It absorbs all those harsh road impacts that in pickup trucks, it's just really very harsh when you drive a pickup truck. And obviously trucks are not luxury vehicles. And I've driven this particular F-150 quite a few times in and out of state. So it's nice having a better cushioning on the driver's side when you hit those bumps and deviations in the road, that it's not transmitting that shock directly to your spine. So this does a really good job. So I would recommend it. Thumbs up. It works. Onlygel.com. I got mine off Amazon many years ago. And I think Amazon still sells them. I did not check, but obviously you can order it from their website. They're on sale right now. And I did pay at the time. It was right around $80 for this, which is, for a truck seat, that's pretty pricey, right, for a cushion. But I've gotten many years of use out of this, and it's still holding together. So thumbs up on that. They do sell replacement covers. They do sell replacement ones, and I don't know whether they're like $25. And I don't know whether that material is on the back of it. I don't know if it's the exact same material that they used in this particular production model here. But I just use the goop on the edge so that it doesn't come apart completely. But I did notice that. I don't know whether that's just age, whether it's the exposure to extreme cold temperatures. Don't know. But you can feel that there's like a stiffness right here. It's very noticeable. It almost feels like cardboard in this certain sections here. And then in other sections it gets soft. So I'm not sure what's happening there with the material. But it does tend, on this one, it has cracked along that area. So I just used the goop. It sets up pretty quickly and seems to do the job. I don't need it to look fancy or nice or anything like that. I just need it to do the job at hand. So thumbs up on the onlygel.com. Check them out if you need they also have motorcycle seats, kind of triangular ones as well as rectangular ones. I might actually get one for my scooter because my scooter it's an inexpensive Kymco scooter, and they're notorious for having really bad suspensions, if you can even call it a suspension. So I might actually get one for my scooter to soften the ride on that thing. And this is what it looks like when it's put in its cover. It is probably about 1.5 inches thick, maybe slightly more, but then when you sit on it, of course, it compresses. And it fits standard office chair. That's the size of it. And it fits in my F-150, 2001 F-150 seat just fine in the front. You could also use these in the back seat as well, because the back seats tend to be, well, let's just say they don't use the same amount of padding in the back seat, it seems, on a lot of vehicles. They kind of skimp out on the padding in the back, especially on trucks, I think. That's what it looks like. That's the thickness of it. And it is heavy. It's like 6-7 pounds, something like that. So it's heavier than you think, because it's a combination of the gel, gel being the most of the weight on this. I've actually put it foam side up because I just want to try it and see if it's a little better in wintertime as far as temperature when you sit on it. So, like I said, it's cold on the gel side during the winter. So maybe the foam side would be a little bit better. I'm going to try it and see. That's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.